So, do you ever get paralyzed by the fact that you have so much time on your hands, whereas maybe before, when you were raising your kids, you always had activities you had to take them to or attend, or always had to be somewhere at some time. And now that they've left the house, you don't know what to do with your time and you're stuck. Well, today I'm going to talk about how you can strategize so that you can make sure that you don't get paralyzed by the fact that you have nothing on your calendar except for maybe your job or maybe a couple of date nights with your husband. So let's talk about that. I'm Julie Waas. I'm the host of Midlife Unleashed. I'm a lawyer, I'm a coach, I'm an artist, I'm a professional speaker, and I'm an author. Oh, and I'm also a mom, mom of three adult sons. And everything except for the three adult sons and the lawyer part, I did after midlife. And it didn't just happen overnight. It does come with some careful planning. So let's talk about that. I do remember that when my kids left the house and went off to college, and all of a sudden, the days I used to spend like driving them around, every weekend or going to their activities, or, my calendar was filled. And then all of a sudden, I like had nothing on my calendar. Yeah, I had my husband, but he had his job and, he was doing his thing. And now, the weird thing is like, how do I fill my days? What am I going to do on the weekends now that I'm not like driving to, music lessons and maybe your kids were in sports or you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? And now your calendar is empty. You're not governed by the school calendar anymore. It's a pretty scary time. Pretty scary time. So, here are some options that you could do. You could just say, forget it. I'm just going to sit on the couch and eat candy all day and watch bad daytime TV. Or you can decide that this is my time. Yay! Maybe you have friends that are going through it at the same time and you can get together and not just be a pity party. No, be a party where you get together and you plan your next move. So one of the great things that I've learned, and I used when I was trying to figure out what to do with the rest of my life, is a simple calendar. Sounds crazy, but actually a paper calendar. Why a paper calendar? Because you can map out your week in front of you. So you get one of the ones that has like a day thing for each day. And maybe you can add, like if you have if you're working full time, you can put that into or just block out that part of the day. But it's the empty time that you need to fill. And then start thinking, how am I going to fill this time? Let's talk about the weekends. What am I going to do on the weekends? And start thinking, okay, maybe now I don't have to take care of my kids. I can get up and go for a walk in the morning. And let's block that out in the calendar. And if you write it down, it gets done. If you don't write it down, it doesn't get done. And then maybe you make plans with your friends to go have lunch somewhere. Maybe you decide you're going to take a class on the weekends, maybe an art class or an exercise class, join a gym, or or like me, have a Peloton and you can take all of their classes and spend your morning doing that. And you don't have to leave the house and worry what people think about what you're wearing at the gym. I'm just saying. Anyway, block it out. You could even color code it. And when you see it on your calendar, well, not only does it remind you of what you decided you were going to do and give you incentive to do it, but it's kind of a relief because you see it there and you don't see emptiness in front of you. You don't see this wide open space where there's nothing to do and you sit there in the house and you start thinking about how sad you are because your kids aren't there anymore. And believe me, that really doesn't go away. I miss my sons terribly. They're all in their 30s now, and I treasure every moment I get to spend with them. But I also know that I need to take care of myself, and so do you. So, a great way to start planning is to start just blocking out some time for different activities. It doesn't have to be big activities, it could be small activities. Maybe you like to cook. Maybe you're going to try a new recipe and you're going to mark that in your calendar. I'm going to try this new recipe today. Just things that you know that when you get up in the morning, that you have something to do and a purpose to do, and it starts to build on itself. I'm going to talk a lot on midlife Unleashed about habits and the importance of habits and the habit and how stacking habits is so powerful. So I suggest that you either grab an inexpensive calendar at the store, buy it on Amazon, and start blocking out your week and have it posted in front of you so that you can see it every day and you can check on it every day. And you'll feel so much better when you do it. And don't forget, when you do these things, celebrate the wins, celebrate what you're doing. Pat yourself on the back. You deserve it. You've lived a long and important life, and let's make sure that you live a really long and wonderful life. So thank you for watching, and please subscribe to Midlife Unleashed. And if you know somebody who might benefit from this video, please share it with them. And then I'd love to hear in the comments, what you've done. Did you buy the calendar? Have you blocked out time? Please let me know. And then also you can get my reinvention blueprint. It's a free guide that you can use to start planning your next steps. And that's available. It's in the link is in the description. And you can also purchase my Unstoppable Mornings Journal that you can start your day and you can plan each day that way with it. And that's available on Amazon. So let's get started. Let's not have that empty space making you feel paralyzed and sad. Let's fill your days and fill your future with wonderful, wonderful things. So we want to make sure that you live an unleashed midlife. So thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Please don't forget to subscribe below, and I'll see you soon.